What up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and you know I'm coming to you with some boxing. I want to talk about Lamont Peterson. You know, he's had an up and down career. He has a very good resume. He's a very underrated boxer. You know, the guy stays in shape, and he just decisioned David Avanesian Saturday in a pretty good fight. You know, I felt he won. You know, I think he outworked him. You know, and I would like to see him. You know, because I mean he's no slouch. Lamont Peterson. You know, it's another fighter that I would like to see, stylistically wise, Adrian Broner fight. You know, because I could see him also kind of having the same style as Granados, but he's more effective, and he's a different. You know, he's a lot bigger. You know, and he has a better punch. I feel. You know, I think he's more effective when he works the body. You know, Granados, you know, threw a lot of shots that were kind of wild and unorthodox. You know, but he was a busy fighter. Lamont Peterson is more of a precise fighter, so that would be a good fight. You know, the two winners and just match off if Broner decides to go to 147, which I wouldn't recommend. However, Lamont Peterson does have other options. You know, there is a fight that's brewing after the win. He beat Avanesian, Amira Khan. You know, he decisioned Amira Khan a few years back, I think back in 2013 in DC, you know, and his home turf, you know, and he beat him at home, and it was a lot of points deducted. You know, I think, you know, I really do believe that, you know, the referee had a lot to do with that decision. And, you know, I mean, because referees can cause a fight to shift one way or the other. And I looked at it a few times, and then the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, nah, Amir Khan won. Then the second time I saw it, okay, it was a little closer, but I still seen Amir Khan winning, you know. But karma's a bitch because, you know, he failed a drug test because he was on something. So, you know, I think it was the WBA and the IBF titles, and that was at light welterweight at 140. They were stripped from him. So, you know, he had a draw against Victor Ortiz in his career. He got knocked out by Matisse. I seen him beating the shit out of Danny Garcia, you know, and then they robbed him. But hey, you know, I mean, I think Khan beat him, but I do think he beat Danny Garcia. You know, and he's just really been on an up and down spiral, you know, and the momentum is going up, you know. He just beat the gold Olympic Dominican fighter, Diaz. You know what I mean? So, hey, you know, the sky's the limit for Lamont Peterson, you know. I would just like to know who his dad is, you know what I mean? Because every time I see him, I see Richard Pryor, you know what I'm saying? Silver Streak, busting loose, stir crazy. That's what I see, man. You know, I just posted it, you know, on one of the boxing forums, and, you know, they're going bananas over it because, I mean, every time I see Lamont Peterson, I'm like, dude, that's Richard Pryor reincarnated or something, you know what I mean? Fuck comedy, fuck comedy, you know, he's a boxer, right? But all jokes aside, you know, I like Lamont Peterson. I like the way he works the body. He's there to fight. He stays in shape. And, you know, I would like to see him fight, you know. I'm really not all for, I love to see a superstar fight, but if you really notice, the best fights are at someone that are at the B-, you know, C+ level versus like the supposedly quote unquote top fighters at the A level, because, you know, the fights are mediocre. You're not in really much action, you know, because you have all that skill, you know. So the people with the most skill, you'll see the less punches being thrown, or, you know, and really basically the less punches landed, you know. So because, you know, it's a calculated move. It's a chess match, you know. It's like watching tennis, you know what I mean? One-on-one. That's boxing, you know. So but no, I got to take my hat off to Lamont Peterson. You know, he did he pressed the fight, and I think he did exactly what he should have done against Danny Garcia. That would be my only thing. But he still outboxed Danny Garcia. He outpointed Danny Garcia, and he busted up Danny Garcia's fucking face. And then I could have sworn Danny Garcia told him I lost. You know what I mean? Out of respect, knowing that Lamont Peterson got in that ass. But again, I would like to see Amir Khan get another shot at Lamont Peterson, because that fight was very highly contested. I do feel that they should not be fighting in D.C. That should be somewhere else, not D.C., because the fix was in D.C. I'm pretty sure of it, you know what I mean? And but I would like to see those guys, go at it again. Khan needs to redeem himself, so that would be good for Khan if he could actually get the decision this time against Lamont Peterson. Business-wise, Lamont Peterson, if he was smart, he would just wait for, the winner out of Thurman and Garcia, and he might get a crack back, because I see Thurman winning, but Garcia can surprise you. So you just can't take Danny Garcia lightly, because he's supposed to lost to Batiste. He's supposed to lost to Khan. So, you never can tell. So even though, Lamont Peterson, he is a belt holder now, right? So if Danny Garcia would give him a crack at welterweight, that would be a good fight. And I see that fight fought very differently from Peterson this time. So because a lot of people just thought he ran, he didn't run. He just outboxed Danny Garcia. And Danny Garcia was the effective aggressor, was the aggressor, but not the effective aggressor. There's a difference. He threw a lot of shots and he missed a lot of shots. He got in a couple good shots. He did. Danny Garcia, he did. But compared to Lamont Peterson, blow for blow, Lamont Peterson landed harder shots. He pressed the action a lot, for the second half of the fight, and he beat the shit out of Danny Garcia. And I would love to see either one of those fights. Either it's Amir Khan, or Danny Garcia, for Peterson to get back in the ring. So, but it's looking good for Lamont Peterson, a.k.a. Richard Pryor's reincarnated self, But anyway, this is me wrapping it up on him. Guys, tell me what you think. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and you've been counterpunched. Peace.